So today we're going to be making low-carb enchiladas. These enchiladas will be some of the lowest carb enchiladas you will find on YouTube. And if you're interested in the other two tortillas, both of which are less than 1 net carb, I'll go ahead and post a link to that at the end of this video. But let's go ahead and cook this up. The first thing we're going to do is make the tortilla. The first thing we're going to need in this recipe is eggs. We're going to be using 4 egg whites. And I'm going to go ahead and put the yolks in here. I'll go ahead and put them in the refrigerator and use them in another recipe, or maybe I'll just scramble them up. And I like to crack my eggs with a knife because every time I use the side of a bowl, it always runs down the side. So I find it much easier just to take the egg with a knife and crack across it. You get a nice clean crack and a nice clean break. I thought it'd be a clean break. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and whip these eggs to stiff peaks. All right, there we go. Nice stiff peak. Next, we're gonna add pork rinds. We'll add 2/3 cup pork rinds. Mix this on a lower speed till it's good and mixed up. And it will look something like that. Go ahead and scoop out a tablespoon like that. Drop it on the center. When you're closing this up, you want to close this fast, press it down quickly, and then release. And then press it and release. Press it and release. So you're going to press it down quick, come up, and then just start cycling that. You'll hear it. If you let that thing go too long like that, it will blow holes out. And you'll see bad reviews on this that it tears up their tortillas. It's not because it tears up their tortillas, it's because they're not doing it properly. It's 2 flat surfaces. When you have the pressure of the gas, you're gonna blow the edges out. So you wanna make sure to not do that. Now let me go ahead and finish these up and we'll continue with this recipe. Now for some quick and easy enchilada sauce. First thing we're gonna need, we're gonna go ahead and put this on low heat. Get this started. Just enough to melt our butter. Add 2 tablespoons butter. Go ahead and melt this down. All right, now that our butter's melted, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 tablespoon chili powder. You wanna go ahead and mix that up. Get it all stirred in and dissolved into that butter. Once you got that good and mixed up, now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon chicken bouillon. Go ahead and continue mixing until you have a consistent mixture. And next we will add 1 teaspoon onion powder and 1/2 teaspoon cumin. Go ahead and stir those in. Get them good and well incorporated. Now at this point we're going to start adding a little water. We want to thin this out a bit before we add our tomato paste. Go ahead and mix this up. Once it's good and consistent, then we're going to add our tomato paste. And for this recipe, I'm using 3 ounces of tomato paste. We're going to go ahead and get that mixed up. Once we've got that good and mixed in, the next step will be basically just thinning it out to the desired consistency that you want. Now I'm going to use a thinner consistency, and this is for the tortilla process that I use. And now it's time to dice some onions. I'll bet you thought I was going to pull out a knife. Now that's how I do onions. Alright, so now you're going to need the baking dish of your choice. I'm using an 8x8 because I don't need a large portion being by myself. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put some of our enchilada sauce in the base of this. Then we're going to take the tortillas we made, go ahead and just coat them well like that. I'll do the first one, both sides. Lay them on a plate. I'm using just a paper plate. And then you're just going to do one side. We'll do our last one. Make sure you get a nice, generous amount of sauce on there. Alright, now that I gotta backtrack, since I somehow forgot to hit record, make sure you line the base of your pan with some sauce so that it does not stick. We're gonna be using onions, whatever meat you choose, and cheese. So what you wanna do, and layer it with some onions, then go ahead and put down your meat, then add your cheese. Bring them together, and since they're wet, they'll hold together, just like that. So now it's as simple as pushing it in here. Now I want y'all to take a look at these beautiful enchiladas before they go in the oven. We're going to go ahead and get them sauced up, and then we're going to throw them in the oven. But I like to make sure that I get lots of sauce in my centers. Once I've done that, I'll simply drizzle the rest of the sauce over the enchiladas and then spread it out with a spatula. Now, one very important thing to remember about this recipe is it's a keto recipe. With our recipes comes new challenges. This recipe is no different. So what you're going to need to do is take a silicone brush and make sure to spread out and coat all the areas that are open on the top of this. This will help it from browning or burning the actual tortilla. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven at 325 for 20 to 25 minutes. Now it's time for you to make some delicious enchiladas. Smash that subscribe, hit that thumbs up if you like this video, comment below, and thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.